Hello, my name is Neil Potter and I have been a coach and a consultant to software organizations for over 30 years, and I coached Agile teams since the year 2000 when Agile became popular and became a thing. This video series is about going beyond the basics of Agile software development. In this video, I will discuss problems that occur when roles are defined in Agile teams, such as Scrum Master, Manager, Project Manager, or Product Owner, Systems Engineer, and Business Analyst. Please click below to subscribe for future videos. Every 5 years or so, the software industry comes up with new titles for team members, implying that new is better. These titles get adopted, but then what do we do with the old titles? And does anyone know individually what they're responsible for? Let's look at a few examples on how to resolve any confusion. So there are 5 basic steps we can go through to clarify these roles. Number 1, put existing role names aside. Number 2, what result do you really want after the role is being performed? Number 3, what tasks need to be performed? Number 4, who is best qualified or could learn and would excel and enjoy the tasks? And number 5, give him or her a cool title. So number 1, put existing role names aside. The situation you found yourself in is because you are using or probably using some standard definitions for these things, and they conflict with how you've done work before, or they conflict with another set of names and roles you've had in the organization. So I would say that confusion is causing problems, and therefore the step 1 is to really put it aside and redesign from scratch how you would like the work to be done. Number 2, think about the roles in the organization, and when these things are done well, like management, project management, scrum mastering, what is the desired outcome? So if you had a particular group of people doing the type of activities like we're discussing, and it worked out well in the end, how would you describe the outcome there? For example, meeting deadlines, meeting budget, great teamwork are some examples in my list. Number 3, look at the detailed day-to-day activities and determine the tasks that need to be performed to achieve those outcomes. For example, to achieve outcomes like meeting budget and schedule, then we have activities such as long-term and clearly defined goals, short and medium-term goals being set, building achievable deadlines and options, and negotiating issues with other vendors and other management teams and stakeholders, managing several related projects together, communicating progress, resolving sticky issues on a daily basis, and addressing and managing change. So think through the activities you have done successfully up to now, and ones you believe were skipped or not done, which you want to add to the list, and make it just a big long list under the topic of managing projects that you need to do in the organization. Again, we're going to figure out who's best qualified to do these in the next step. If you end up putting right code in the list, then you really want to reconsider why you put that in there. We are really doing management activities here to organize and track work. And it may be the case that some teams that are small have to write code too. But if you have more than 4 or 5 people in the organization, you may decide that writing code as a management activity is really a distraction. It's distracting them from doing the other stickier work or sticky work of managing the project. Next step is to determine who is best qualified or could learn and would excel and enjoy those tasks. So we have a choice of person 1, person 2, and person 3, and these are specific individuals that you could name in your organization. We'll give them titles in the next step. So we go through the list of activities and we determine who is really best qualified or could learn or would enjoy those activities. In green, we highlight all the ones that are good for a program lead or person 1, and therefore they're typically the kind of week by week, month by month activities like setting deadlines, negotiating deadline options, managing many projects together, and communicating progress to other stakeholders, things that are above the day-to-day activities of a team. Person number 2 the senior manager, they may be helping in defining long-term goals, like 6 months to a year or 2 years, checking the data we are providing to them for soundness, like making sure the estimates are good and risks are being well assessed, and maybe resolving significant challenges in the organization, resolving priority conflicts, and managing a larger resource pool. And then number 3, maybe they are particularly skilled at the day-to-day, week-by-week activities, like building achievable deadlines, resolving sticky issues in the team level, addressing managing changes in scope, and facilitating the teamwork. Now we have determined out of a long list of activities who will be good at doing those activities. We can now give them a label. Now, I don't mind what label you pick. It could be back to the ones you had before, now they've been redefined, or you could come up with your own definition or own label because you want to make it clear and distinct from how other people in other industries have defined those activities. So we may come up with the word program lead, senior manager, and scrum lead. Again, you can pick any label you want in your organization. So this really helps us resolve who does what, making sure there's no overlap in the activities, and that we have picked people that are particularly good or could become good at those activities. So a similar set of steps can take place for the item of product owner, system engineer, and business analyst. Again, put the existing role names aside, clarify the outcome of that role when done correctly or well. For example, clear requirements being defined, maintainable architecture, maintaining alignment between customers and the product team, and defining a product roadmap. And then go through and list all the activities and tasks you have seen done before to be successful, and ones maybe have been missing before into your list. And then figure out the type of people you have available to you in the organization, how they're qualified now, what they're able to learn, and what they would enjoy and do well. And then organize the list into those categories, like our previous example, and then come up with your own unique or cool title for that person. In conclusion, selecting the latest and greatest title names, I think, is the wrong focus. Another approach is to define what needs to be done and what is not being done now, and then find someone that can learn and perform those tasks well, and then pick a title you like. Look at your current project and see where there's confusion or tasks are not getting done correctly. Thank you for watching this video. For more help on these topics or your Agile implementation, please see the links below.